Now, protests have been spreading across India against a new law brought in by the government of Hindu Nationalist Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Citizens Amendment Act, which offers amnesty to non-Muslim illegal immigrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. At least 8 people have died so far, tens of thousands are defying the ban on gatherings, and the government has blocked mobile phone data in Delhi to try to thwart the protesters. The government says the new law is to protect religious minorities fleeing persecutions in Muslim-majority countries. But critics, including the Booker Prize-winning writer and activist Arundhati Roy, fear the law undermines India's secular constitution. I'll be speaking to her in a moment. But first, here's our correspondent in Delhi, Rajini, Vaidyanathan.
On the streets of India, a battle for the country's secular soul. Hundreds of thousands are protesting a new law they say discriminates against Muslims. From Assam in the northeast, all the way down to Bangalore in the south. From the economic capital Mumbai to the nation's capital Delhi.
The citizenship law offers a path to citizenship for illegal immigrants from 3 neighbouring countries, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. But crucially, it does not offer those protections to Muslims. And that is why people are angry here, because they say that this law violates India's secular principles, which are founded in the Constitution, which state that all religions in this country are treated equally.
Half of the population's under the age of 25. It's the youth who are leading the charge.
This is a secular nation, it's a democracy. We're not a struggling democracy, we're an established democracy. So it's wrong on so many levels. We are standing here to defend our constitution. We are standing here to defend the poor. We are standing here to defend the uneducated.
But as people make their voices heard, they say the government's trying to silence them. Mobile internet's been suspended across many parts of the country. And police have been accused of heavy-handed tactics, including shooting at protesters. Well-known historian Ramachandra Guha was seen dragged away from a peaceful demonstration. Many fear that this country, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is inching closer to becoming a Hindu state. His BJP party's brand of Hindu nationalism is hugely popular in India and helped secure him a landslide second term earlier this year. One of the Prime Minister's closest allies, India's Home Minister Amit Shah, says this law offers a safe haven for oppressed minorities.
It doesn't discriminate against any religion. It's only a positive step for the communities who are persecuted in Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh.
For India's Muslims, there's another worry. The government's planning to publish a nationwide register of citizens. Everyone would be forced to provide documents to prove they're Indian. Those who can't would be considered illegal immigrants. Only non-Muslims would be protected under the new citizenship law. The largest protest since Prime Minister Modi took office looks set to continue. Where does this leave the Hindu nationalist agenda, which propelled him to power?
Rajini, Vaidyanathan reporting there. Well, we did invite the Indian High Commissioner for an interview, but was unable to offer us one. A little earlier, I spoke to Arundhati Roy, the Booker Prize-winning author and well-known critic of the Modi government. I began by asking her about the protest today.
The protests that were meant to take place across the city had been broken up. People had been arrested. Metro stations had been closed. Highways had been locked down. And so the place that I went to was this place called Jantar Mantar, where we were surrounded by police, but we were not attacked.
So what has the impact been of taking down the internet in areas where there has been some agitation?
Well, the internet has been taken down, as you know, for months together in Kashmir, for days together in Assam, today all over the country. There were 27 cities where there were protests, some of them very violent. Oddly enough, Only in the states where the BJP rules was there violence. So I don't know.
So, but the government has put a law in place that assembly of more than 4 people is illegal. Is there not a problem that the protesters are courting trouble?
Yes, but the protesters went ahead regardless, and there are going to be protests tomorrow as well. And I don't think this is going to stop in a hurry, although I am pretty sure that a counterattack is being planned.
I mean, Narendra Modi won with a massive mandate, didn't he? I mean, there are many, many people in the country who believe what he is doing is a good thing.
You know, the way the mathematics of Indian elections work, when you talk of a massive mandate in terms of the popular vote, it's still, you know, only about 300 million out of a population of 1,200 million.
Now, in the Citizenship Amendment Act, is that not a laudable idea that persecuted minorities in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan have a place of safe haven in India?
It's a complete crap, you know, because the persecuted minorities that they speak of are specifically non-Muslim. And as we know, in all these places, often the most persecuted people are minorities within Muslim sects. They are not welcome. The Sri Lankan Tamils are not welcome. The Rohingyas are not welcome. It's all smoke and mirrors.
Tell me, what do you wish the British government to do, if anything?
There isn't any point in making hollow statements, you know, but if you look at the violence of, I mean, right now you're faced with 7 million people in Kashmir who do not wish to be a part of India, or most of them do not wish to be a part of India. You have 2 million people about to be declared stateless in Assam who long to belong to India. And now you have a set of laws which is virtually going to manufacture mass statelessness. And it's not just the Muslims. To put a population like the one we have here in India, to cast it onto a sea of documentation and say, oh, you can always appeal in the High Court or the Supreme Court, that's absurd. I mean, people don't have money to eat a square meal a day. How are you going to tell them that you have to have lawyers and appeals and scrabble around for documents? None of us have documents.
Arundhati Roy, thank you very much. This is